Webster's bringing a Corvette C6, but I've got my freshly upgraded Lotus Elise. Light, nimble, and deadly in corners. No nitrous, no mercy. It's precision versus power, and this battle is just getting started. Let's roll. Welcome back to Rockport City's most illegally legal racing circuit, where today's episode kicks off with a toll booth race. Basically, the time trial equivalent of paying your highway taxes in speed and style. And yes, we're still running this whole thing without nitrous, which means every millisecond counts. And every mistake feels like a punch from a crash test dummy. Behind the wheel of the upgraded Lotus Elise, I launch off the line like I've got rent due and my landlord's chasing me in a helicopter. The car is slicing through traffic like a sushi chef on Red Bull. This toll booth route? It's a cocktail of blind curves, shady shortcuts, and traffic density so high you'd think the entire city decided to commute at once. First checkpoint, boom, cleared with time to spare, but let's be honest, the AI probably got stuck behind a minivan doing 35 in a 55. Happens more than you'd think. Now as we rip through the industrial section, I see a delivery truck that looks one bump away from turning into Optimus Prime. I swerve past it like a caffeinated squirrel dodging a lawnmower. Remember, no nitrous, just raw skill, flawless shifting, and the kind of concentration usually reserved for bomb defusal experts. Midway through, I start dodging SUVs like I'm in an episode of Top Gear, Panic Edition. Some guy in a pickup honked at me, like, bro, we're in a race for pink slips, not a grocery run. Mind your business and your rear view mirror. Checkpoint 3 down, I'm ahead of the timer, the Elise is purring like a kitten on adrenaline, and Webster's probably sitting somewhere polishing his Corvette, unaware that I'm about to make his whole career look like a driver's ed class. Then comes the long stretch through downtown, skyscrapers, sharp shadows, and that one traffic cop who's clearly not being paid enough to care. I narrowly miss a taxi that decided now is the best time to switch lanes without signaling. Thanks, buddy. Enjoy your 1-star passenger rating. As the clock ticks down and the final checkpoint approaches, it's go time. The Elise dances through traffic like it's auditioning for Dancing with the Stars, and just like that, boom, toll booth passed. Timer crushed. Ego boosted. And somewhere in Rockport, Webster probably felt a shiver down his spine. One toll booth race down. Webster, you watching this? Start tightening those lug nuts. I'm coming for that C6. Alright, engine fired up. Tarmac beneath me. This isn't just another toll booth race. This is a battle against time, precision, and Rockport's chaotic morning traffic. The stakes? Higher than Webster's ego and tighter than a hairpin turn in downtown. I'm strapped into my Lotus Elise, a car that doesn't just take corners. It whispers sweet nothings to them before gliding through with elegance and fury. There's no nitrous, no safety net, just pure grip, perfect apexes, and instincts sharpened by 100 close calls and 1,000 near misses. As the countdown hits 0, I launch. The Elise hooks up instantly. First gear bites hard. Second gear slaps me into the seat. By the time I'm in third, I'm threading traffic like I was born to do it. The first checkpoint appears ahead, green and glowing like a beacon calling out to the bold. Boom! Cleared. And just like that, the race is alive. The city's early commuters clearly didn't get the memo that I'm out here fighting for pride. Vans swerving, taxis cutting across lanes like it's their birthright. Every driver around me is either a moving obstacle or a potential disaster. But I stay focused. No rage, no hesitation. I am the rhythm of the race. Every lane change, every flick of the wheel is deliberate. Clean. Surgical. I cut through the underground tunnel, headlights blazing off the concrete walls, tires howling as I clip the inside line of a narrow bend. The Elise sticks like glue. This car isn't just quick, it communicates. Every vibration, every inch of steering feedback. It's like dancing with a partner who anticipates your next move before you do. Checkpoint 2, crushed. I'm shaving time off the clock like a pro with a vengeance. The route twists now into the industrial district. Construction cones. Forklifts. Sudden blind corners. It's like someone built a Mario Kart level out of real-world consequences. But I'm not fazed. Every near miss pumps more adrenaline into my system. I graze a semi-truck's bumper with millimeters to spare. My rearview mirror is filled with chaos, but ahead, clarity. I keep telling myself, this isn't just a race. This is a message. To Webster. To every racer in Rockport. The message. I'm not just climbing the blacklist, I'm rewriting it. Checkpoint 3 explodes in green light as I barrel past, time ticking down. And then comes the final sector, high-speed straights with sudden chicanes, like the game is daring me to lift off the throttle. I don't. The Elise digs in, tires screaming, engine roaring like it's possessed. As I cross the final checkpoint, clock obliterated, I let out a breath I didn't realize I was holding. Victory. And somewhere in Rockport, Webster just felt the tremble of footsteps getting closer. Very, very fast. Your move, Corvette boy. Cue engine revving sound. Alright, folks, buckle in, because this sprint race ain't just a race. It's a straight-up history lesson delivered at 200 kilometers per hour while weaving through Rockport's most chaotic corners. This is where racing meets legacy, and I'm here to drop facts harder than I drop lap times. We're rolling out in the Lotus Elise, the razor-sharp beast I upgraded earlier. Lightweight, nimble, agile, this thing turns like it's psychic. As the lights count down, I can feel that classic need for speed, most wanted tension, the kind that made this 2005 title a genre-defining masterpiece. Let's go! Boom! Launching off the line, rubber screaming. The Elise hooks up perfectly. And as I dart past the first pack of traffic, here comes fact number 1. NFS, Most Wanted, 2005, introduced the open-world cop chase system that was more complex than anything seen before. Cops didn't just chase you, they adapted to your tactics, laid spike strips, deployed SUVs, and even boxed you in with coordinated strategies, like a SWAT team with V8s. First corner. Late brake. Perfect turn in. Clean exit. Chef's kiss. Sliding through the parkway now, dodging NPCs like it's a choreographed ballet of near death. Fact number 2 hits you right here. This game was the first in the franchise to include real-time police scanner chatter that reflected your actions. The more aggressive and destructive you got, the more serious the chatter became. They even called in backup tiers. Roadblocks. Helicopters. This was Grand Theft Auto meets street racing with an attitude. Checkpoint passed. I'm flying through the old freeway zone now. Wind noise, engine scream, and this car's handling feel like I'm part of the road itself. Swinging through the industrial zone, tight turns, close walls. And now comes fact number 3. NFS Most Wanted had a fully dynamic heat level system. The more cops you shook off, the higher your heat rose, unlocking tougher pursuers. At heat level 5 and 6, you weren't just outrunning Crown Vics. You were dodging spike strips, helicopters, and ram trucks built to end your dreams. All of that, without nitrous for us. Hairpin turn coming up, downshift, feather the brakes, then pow, right back on throttle. Clean. This Lotus is a weapon. Fact number 4 time. Did you know that Razor, Blacklist #1, was originally supposed to have his own game? EA had plans to expand on Razor's story, but the project got shelved post-Carbon. That's why the lore feels so mysterious. You barely know his background. He just shows up, wrecks your BMW, and triggers this entire revenge arc. And speaking of Razor, every sprint race I finish is another step towards serving that man humble pie. But first, Webster needs to learn what it's like to lose to someone with zero nitrous but maximum disrespect. Coming up on the final stretch, bridge ahead. Traffic's thick, cops might crash the party. But there's no hesitation. Full throttle. Narrow gaps. But before we close it out, here's fact number 5. If you ever wondered why the BMW M3 GTR is so iconic in NFS lore, it's because it's a real homologation special. Only 10 road versions were ever made, built so BMW could race it in the American Le Mans series. It became the unofficial poster car of the game, and thanks to this game's intro, that car now lives rent-free in every 2000s gamer's heart. So yeah, this wasn't just a sprint race. It was a love letter to NFS Most Wanted, written in tire marks, speed, and a very frightened city population. And Webster, he's sweating. The Elise is humming. And I'm just getting started.
Units monitoring.
Alright, buckle up. We're diving straight into a speed trap race, and while most players slam that nitrous, I'm doing this the hardcore way. No nitrous, just pure Lotus Elise muscle. 3, 2, 1, go! We're screaming off the line and hitting that first camera at 178 kilometers per hour. This race isn't just about finishing first, it's about crossing each trap like you're breaking the sound barrier. Did you know? Speed trap races were first introduced in Most Wanted 2005. The goal isn't just to win, your average speed through cameras decides your fate. So every mistake counts. Coming into the city section, tight turns, traffic, and a camera hiding just around a bend. Perfect line, throttle pinned, 185 kilometers per hour. That's how you do it. Another fun fact, the layout of Rockport is inspired by real-world cities like San Francisco and Chicago, giving it a familiar urban feel. That's why the roads feel natural. It's all part of EA Black Box's design magic. Shortcut through the parking garage. Boom. Another trap nailed. Bonus fact, the game originally planned for dynamic traffic increases near traps, but had to scrap it due to AI issues. Still, that tension stuck. Every camera feels like a gamble. Final stretch. Freeway section, cars roaring, 201 kilometers per hour through the last trap. And there it is, victory. Webster, I hope you're watching. Because this Lotus is flying, and your Corvette C6 is next on the chopping block. Let's move on, things are just getting faster. Ah yes, another speed trap race. You know the drill, but let me crank it up to overdrive. We launch off the line like a caffeinated greyhound at a rocket launch, except we're driving a featherweight monster called the Lotus Elise, no nitrous, just vibes and violent acceleration. First speed trap, BAM, 183 kilometers per hour. We're off to a flying start, and I can already feel the ghosts of busted Rockport racers weeping in envy. Speed trap races are all about precision chaos. You can't just mash the gas. Every turn, every traffic car, every blinking cop light is a mini-boss battle. Fun fact, if you hit a speed trap while airborne, yep, it counts. The game still registers your speed, making jumps a legit strategy. High risk, high flex. Second camera approaching, narrow street, civilian traffic everywhere. Most drivers would brake. Me. I downshift, slide between a taxi and a box truck, and blast through at 190 kilometers per hour. Like threading a needle with a jet engine. Did you know? The AI racers also compete for the best average trap speed, but they tend to fall apart under pressure. Meanwhile, I'm over here collecting speed traps like infinity stones. We hit the industrial zone, graffiti walls, echoing engines, and one camera right at the end of a twisty chicane. Guess what? 200 kilometers per hour. Tell the traffic laws I said, hi, and then blew right past them. That, my friend, is how you style through a speed trap race with class, control, and the reflexes of a caffeinated cat. Webster, start polishing that Corvette, because you're next, and I'm coming for pink slips, not participation trophies.
Cannot be advised. A code.
Oh, you already know the drill. But this time, we're not just racing, we're speed trapping with style. Buckle up, because it's the third one in a row, and this time I'm driving like the laws of physics are just suggestions. We hit the line and boom, instant throttle, instant chaos. The Lotus Elise leaps forward like it's had 3 shots of espresso and a grudge against radar guns. First camera flashes at 189 kilometers per hour. The paparazzi's out early, folks. And I'm giving them my best blur face. Fun fact to drop while I race past pedestrians screaming in terror. In Most Wanted, speed trap races don't care if you wreck on the next corner. As long as you cross that line flying like a pigeon on rocket fuel, the points are yours. So yeah, scrape that wall, clip that Civic. It's all good. Next camera ahead, but surprise! A civilian van decides to cosplay as a wall. Do I panic? Nope. I thread the needle, drift wide, full send, 195 kilometers per hour at the line. The Elise laughs. I laugh. The van driver cries. We enter a construction zone because apparently Rockport doesn't believe in finishing roads. The third trap is in the sketchiest spot imaginable. Blind curve, downhill, and a cop parked just chilling like it's donut break. I come flying through at 200 plus, and the flash is so bright I might have just opened a portal to the Speed Force. Did you know? AI opponents sometimes brake too early before the camera. Amateurs. Meanwhile, I'm out here cooking the asphalt with tire smoke and guts. Last trap, and it's the big one. Straightaway. Clean air. Open throttle. The Lotus hits warp speed, 203, 205, 207 kilometers per hour. Flash. Victory. Somewhere, a traffic officer just rage quit reality. That's how you survive the gauntlet of speed traps. Rockport can't contain me. Radar guns can't read me. And Webster, he better start saying goodbye to that Corvette, because I'm not slowing down for anyone. Oh yes, it's time for another sprint race, and you know what that means. No laps, no mercy, and no looking back. Just one long, twisted, high-octane run from point A to point. Why is that cop flying through the air? The countdown hits 0, and I slam the throttle like I'm trying to send the gas pedal into the Earth's core. The Lotus Elise launches like a caffeinated cheetah on nitrous. Except, remember, we're not even using nitrous in this challenge. That's raw power and grit, baby. We're flying through tight corners, slicing through back alleys and city streets like I own the postal code. I hug the inside line, brushing the guardrails like they're old friends who owe me money. Meanwhile, the AI, they're back there having an existential crisis because they can't keep up. Quick fact drop. In NFS Most Wanted, the sprint races are where the game's rubber band AI gets real spicy. Fall behind, and they slow down for you. Stay ahead too long, they get faster. It's like racing against that one cousin who cheats at board games and still loses. Another juicy fact. The Lotus Elise was such a beast in this game that even players who didn't care about cars fell in love with it. Why? Its low weight and insane handling let you drift corners like a pro, without mods. It's like the car was born inside a racetrack and bottle-fed tire smoke. Webster better start prepping his Corvette for the afterlife, because we're coming, and we're bringing Elise-powered doom.
We just received numerous complaints regarding Code 6 racers that were last seen heading west near the financial district. I see units in the area on my screen, non-priority calls. Please clear and head up that way.
But any other info on that?
Attempting to get a better description of that vehicle. Stand by for update.
Log me onto that call. I'll head up that way for you. Right behind that speeding vehicle. This guy's not slowing down. Yeah, that's confirmed. He's not stopping. Come back on the 1085. The driver's managing to stay ahead of me.
Roger, Delta 9. I've got ground units clearing up and en route.
SVCB. Stand by. Yeah, I lost him. It can't be far. Hold on.
Attention units on the Code 3 chase. Suspect was last seen westbound near the financial district. Supervisor confirms quadrant to be set up. Units to reference their GPS for position. Stand by.
Ah yes, it's time to switch gears, swap wheels, and summon the beast. Say hello again to the Audi A4, the undercover tank disguised as a luxury sedan. Why the change, you ask? Because milestone events aren't about elegance or precision. No. They're about chaos, carnage, and cruising headfirst into every single Rockport roadblock with a smile. And for that, the Audi is perfect. It's heavier, tougher, and built like a German battering ram. Basically the car equivalent of bringing a frying pan to a gunfight and still winning. So we park the sleek and agile Lotus Elise in the garage, give her a nice oil massage, and bring out the Audi. Fully tuned, fully prepared, and emotionally ready to commit crimes. Milestones, brace yourselves. Because the Audi's here, and she doesn't know the meaning of subtle.
Give me a minute on standby. I'm going to ram the vehicle.
contact Delta 22. He was monitoring his details. He should be there shortly.
He's crashed! He's crashed! We're trying to jump him!
What? Slip right through. We're still in pursuit. No, the guy just blew the roadblock. Let's close off streets ahead of him.
Roger the block. Hang tight, we're going again.
Negative. On the stop. Back on him.
Getting in front of him right now, stand by. Dispatch, more units to the backup request. We're gonna need everything we got.
10-4, Echo 22. Units have detailed and are en route.
Don't worry about your units, just stay on the road. He's cutting through the bus depot.
Attention units on the code 3 chase.
Dispatch vehicle located. He's running. Come on, people, help me out here. I need more units on this call. I'm doubling back into the bus station. Back in the bus station. I'm just trying to get around and run a block. Update when I can. He's through the block. He's through the block. All right, stay with him. We're going to try something new. Support crew, still moving. Miss the speeds, repeat, miss the speeds. 1033, 1033, I'm on my own. I need more cover.
They are inbound. Status screen shows them a few minutes away, maybe sooner.
This do not, I'll be calling with stay with him. 2 Echo 12 on the 6, that'd be the screen.
Stay with him. Yeah, we got a visual on your cover. I don't know. They should be there any second.
There's no way he's stopping. I'm going to try to ease him over. Deploying 1059. Request rhino cover. pumps have ignited.
I have a PC down here.
Listen up. Form up on a 1065. Don't let him get around you. Jump on it now. Let's get on him. Come on, buddy. Get back here. Just drop back and wait for it to clear. Come on, boy. Can we make it? Nice doing the 12. We've blocked off the road ahead. Watch your speed.
Yeah, I have a PC down.
Units on the pursuit. For your information, vehicle was last seen heading northbound on Hollis.
Yeah, I got him. Vehicle located. I lost him. Repeated, no longer pursuit. I lost him. Let's get on that, start by some patrols, minimal delay. Alright, I got him. Vehicle located.
We lost our cover units. Anyone else available?
They're a few minutes away. I'll get an update on another channel. Units on the pursuit call. Suspect was last seen heading southbound past Hickley Field. Call is still code 6. Switch over to TAC 2 for quadrant setup. Members are advised to reference their screens for GPS positions.
It's go time. Blacklist number 5, Webster, is about to meet his match. We're ditching the Audi's brute force and jumping back into the Lotus Elise, the queen of corners and master of momentum. With her razor-sharp handling and explosive acceleration, we're ready to tear through 2 sprint races and a brutal speed trap. Webster may have his Corvette C6, but we've got precision, power, and style on our side. Let's show him what finesse really looks like. Webster is down, the Elise reigns supreme, and we're one step closer to the top. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and smash that subscribe button for more high-octane action.